What's up guys, my name's Andrew and welcome to Deep Cut Menswear. Please hit the subscribe button if you're interested in men's fashion, as I'll be uploading new videos every week. Today I wanted to take a look at the newly released Fall Winter 2021/2022 collection released by Celine, titled Teen Night Poem. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that this is the 5th menswear collection that Celine has released at Celine. Eddie is known for his signature rock and roll inspired looks, and there was quite a bit of controversy when it was first announced that he would be designing at Celine. A lot of people thought that he would release more of his skinny tailoring, Chelsea boot type designs and tarnish the Celine brand name. The former has turned out to be fairly true up until this point. Now, while I can definitely appreciate the work that Eddie has done in the past, I wouldn't call myself a fan of either him or Celine in general. That's not to say I'm against Celine or Eddie, but more that neither brand has been on my radar until more recently. Honestly, I've always been uninspired by Eddie's designs, and I think that a lot of other people have that same sentiment. He definitely caught my attention though with his TikTok-inspired Spring-Summer 2021 show, and I'm interested to see if that season marked a shift in his style and approach to design. Teen Night Poem was released as a video showcase on the 9th of February 2021. The show was filmed at Château de Chambord in France, which features insanely intricate Renaissance architecture and is honestly breathtaking. The architecture is mesmerizing and detailed from a distance while providing a fairly blank canvas of light grey in the close-ups. I think that the architecture is somewhat reminiscent of the styling throughout this show, where the pieces are heavily layered and accessorized, but at the same time very wearable in their own right. There's quite a few references to the architecture and time period that the chateau was built throughout the show. The first look gives me heavy reverend or priest kind of vibes, with the long black cape, black tailoring, and white blouse paired with layered silver jewellery. Panelled leather and denim outerwear is seen outfitted multiple times, embellished with studs and chains, like a kind of armour that might have been displayed in the halls of the chateau in its prime. Some of the jackets even have what looks like pins in the shape of armour panels that were used in jousting armour. There are even some pieces that look like straight up chainmail. Chunky silver chains, cross pendants, and studded jewellery is also a common feature, potentially inspired by the dungeon of the chateau. Some of the footwear looks to be inspired by riding boots, and I wonder if the fluffy boots are supposed to be like the feathering seen on the legs of some horses. If you know for sure, please let me know in the comment below. In contrast to the historical location, the show is accompanied by an original soundtrack titled Time Slip by The Loom. It features marching band style snare drums, heavy bass drums, and synth along with spoken word lyrics. Throughout the song, samples reminiscent of swords unsheathing can be heard. The soundtrack is pared back, raw, and powerful. The video is edited in sync with the bass drum, which creates a strong and driven energy. The audio contrast between traditional marching band instruments and spoken word lyrics matches the old meets new elements in the clothing. While there are a lot of references to the location, there are also plenty of more modern trend-driven pieces throughout the collection as well. Puffer jackets, Sherpa-lined denim jackets, dunk high inspired footwear, and oversized knits are all included here. There seems to be a few themes carrying over from the spring-summer collection, like checkerboard, animal print, and some of the colours on the multicolored leather jacket towards the end. Of course, there are the usual glam themes that we expect to see from Eddie too, like sequins, Chelsea boots, and skinny jeans. I feel that they accent the other themes in this show though, rather than taking away from them like they tend to do in a lot of Eddie's other seasons. So my top 3 pieces as seen in this show are, at number 3, all the jewellery. I love the DIY/punk aesthetic of the jewellery in this show. If I was to just pick one piece though, it would probably have to be this thin chain earring with this stone pendant. I'll just need to get my ears pierced again by the time this collection comes out. Number 2 would have to be the armoured military boots. I love the metal details on some of the Chelsea boots that have come out over the past few years and that are also seen in this show, but the military boot is my kind of vibe and the metal details elevate them to the next level. Number 1 would have to be the rider jacket with chain details. This jacket just goes too hard. It reminds me a lot of what Undercover do with their leather jackets. It's mostly traditional looking, but the addition of the chains make it so unique but timeless at the same time. And my 3 least favourite would have to be, number 3, the fluffy shoes. I just don't think that they added anything to the show. Number 2, the headwear and backpacks. These probably should have been 2 separate points. but I don't think these accessories were designed to the level that the jury was, and honestly, I think that they detract from the overall show. And number 1 is the sneakers. I think the Dunk, Air Force, Jordan wave is pretty oversaturated as it is without having luxury brands add to the noise as well. If they absolutely had to include a shoe like this, I would have preferred it to be a collaboration with Nike or another sneaker brand instead. In summary, I think that this is a really balanced and well put together show. The presentation itself is captivating, with my only gripe being that the edits are a little bit too fast, so it can be hard to see the full outfits before it cuts to the next. I think that the clothing itself isn't necessarily groundbreaking, but it's awesome to see Hetty deviate slightly from his standard design direction, because it's clear that he has the ability to do other things. This season is much more cohesive than the last, and a lot of this collection is really wearable. I just hope that Hetty can continue to evolve in the upcoming seasons, rather than regressing back into the same looks as what he's already done. If you made it this far, please subscribe, and have an awesome day.